Hey, thanks for coming back and watching another video. Or if it's your first video, welcome. I post videos on Sundays and on Wednesdays. I usually do original songs, so songs that I've written, but sometimes I do covers as well. So anyway, it's just an opportunity for people to worship together that maybe don't normally worship together, and way for me to be creative and also share what I feel like God's given me, because I don't feel like He gives me songs just for myself. So I don't feel like I knew until today, which is Sunday, what song I wanted to do or needed to do. This is a song I wrote several years ago called Instead. It's just really a song about trust. I feel like God took me through a very long season of learning to trust Him. I can remember a lot of the songs I wrote during this season were about trust, and it was because God was taking me through that in my life. And so I think now more than ever, it's just time to trust God. It's just time to trust God. And that may be hard for you to say, but give Him a chance. Let Him, all He wants is an invitation into your life, and He will show you everything that He is and everything that He can do, and literally put your life in His hands. Whether you've lost your job, whether you don't know where your family's going to get toilet paper, I don't know. There are varying degrees of severity. Maybe you have a family member. I know several people right now who have been diagnosed with coronavirus, and it's scary. But that doesn't change who God is. That doesn't change that He's our source, that He's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think. It doesn't change that He died on the cross for not just our sins, but that He went to hell and literally defeated death. He defeated every sickness. He has the keys to those. And so He can overcome anything. There is just no doubt in my mind of how big God is. And so I just hope that you will remember that as we worship, and because the government is not your source, and this is not an anti-government video at all. I respect and appreciate the authority and the place of the government, but the government is not your source. Your job is not your source. At the end of the day, all of those things can come and go. There's only one eternal thing. That's Jesus Christ. He is your source. I didn't mean to go here. I was going to do a quick little snippet, but I left my job last year, and it was because God told me to. It was prayerfully, very prayerfully, initially fought. Like, I did not want to leave. First, didn't understand, but God instructed me to go, and so I went, and that was the scariest thing I've ever done. I left a job with no direction for the next job. No open doors, no offers, no anything. God had prepared me. He gave me instruction before I left my job. He gave me details I needed, but I still didn't know what was going to happen. And it was still the scariest thing I've ever done. And so all of 2019 almost, I spent jobless. There was no money coming in. And let me tell you, God took care of me. I did not miss a bill, and really hard not having a job, understand, because I've always worked. And so like not having that identity that we get sometimes from our job, and that fulfillment that we get from our job, and that, you know, if you know you have to work to eat, like, and that's the kind of person you are, and then you don't have a job and you're like, I'm just doing nothing. It's really weird. God completely became my source and my sustainability. And He put people in my life who blessed me, who things I didn't even know I needed, He brought into my life. And so I just want to encourage you, like, I don't know it all, but I've been where some of you are, and even though I had some preparation, I still was overwhelmed at the massiveness of the change and the impact on my life that it had of not having a job. And so I can relate, I can understand what some of you are going through. I recognize the season that I'm in, and I know not everything about where God is taking me, but I know some more details about where God is taking me. And this season of not having a job is so significant to my growth and so significant to where I'm going to end up. And so I just want to encourage you, if you've been laid off or you've been forced to take time off, maybe you have pay, maybe you don't. I don't know what your situation is. Allow God to show you what He can use and what He can do through this time. He can take any bad thing and turn it good. He literally shows me that every single day of my life. And so I just want you to look at your life, whatever your situation is, and say, God, how are you going to use this season for your glory? How are you going to use it for good? Like, we don't have anything. Maybe you feel that way. Maybe you feel like you're not going to make it. Maybe you're depressed. Maybe you feel lazy because you're not doing work. Whatever the case is, really prayerfully ask God, what are you going to do in this season? Because I guarantee you, He does not waste time. We are time wasters, but He is not. Just remember, He's intentional. And I don't know everything about what He's doing in our nation, but it's just not a coincidence that these things are happening, and how it's impacting families and how it's forcing people into places. God is always moving people, and He is moving people into position for things, I believe, that we've never seen before. Even though it seems fearful and unknowing and uncertain, that doesn't change who God is, and that doesn't change the fact that He makes things new and He makes things better. And that's just the way He operates. Sometimes He has to deconstruct things to build them back up the right way. And so I'm just excited. I'm not losing heart. I'm not full of fear and anxiety. I'm looking ahead because I know God moves forward. He doesn't move back. So anyway, that was 10 minutes of me talking. Wow, I'm so sorry. Let's do this.
Foggy, and I cannot see. The storm is raging all around me, but I'll keep my head up, my eyes fixed on you. Yeah, it is you who will carry me through. It is you who will carry me through. Given me a promise, and I will not turn away. You are always the same, Jesus. You are guiding my footsteps. You are lighting my way. Will not fear what lies ahead. I will trust you instead. Oh. Foggy, and I cannot see, and the storm is raging all around me, but I'll keep my head up, eyes fixed on you. Yeah, it is you who will carry me through. Yes, it is you who will carry me through. You have given promise, and I will not turn away. You are always the same, Jesus, and you are guiding my footsteps. You are lighting my way. I will not fear what lies ahead. I will trust you instead. I will trust you. Oh. I cannot see, yeah. Feet keep me steady, heart keep believing. He is faithful, always faithful. Feet keep me steady, heart keep believing. He is faithful, He's always faithful. Feet keep me steady, heart keep believing. He is faithful, always faithful. Feet keep me steady, heart keep believing. He is faithful. will not fear what lies ahead. Hope you liked it.
Say hello, or are you gonna be non-social? Say I need a haircut. Can you sing? You did it.